Assalamu alaikum. Welcome again to another episode of the Muslim Nasheed Show. Today, we've got our guru of Nasheeds again, Faisal Ahmed from Islamic Music Hub, and we're going to be talking about Saif Adam.
And stop.
We're going to be going through Saif Adam's career. He is without a doubt, mashallah, one of the biggest Nasheed artists in the world. And we're going to just talk through his beginnings, his middles, where he is right now, and maybe just do a bit of analysis actually about Saif Adam. So go for it, Faisal.
Yeah, so Saif Adam is my favorite Nasheed artist by far. And if you've heard my top 10 video of top 10 Nasheeds, you would know that he pops up quite frequently. And I mean, I don't know everything about his life, his career, etc., but I have researched him and listened to him in interviews quite a lot. So I've got a good idea of the man and his journey through Nasheeds.
Mashallah.
So he actually started off, I don't know if you know this, he started off in the mainstream. He was the guy who writes lyrics for songs
I did not know that.
for
Subhanallah.
people like Ed Sheeran.
Whoa, really?
Wow. And Jason Derulo was one of them he was pitching for as well.
Oh my God, amazing.
And NDubz as well.
Was he marked down as Saif Adam? Was that his name?
No, he was just the guy who writes the lyrics. So
okay. So he's like
I believe, yeah, I mean, his real name is Saif Adam, right? With like Saif as in SAIF.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that's his real name. Because now he uses the safe like
safe,
like
respect,
safe. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was his thing, and what he says is that he came back from Umrah, I think it was, and he was thinking, does he really want to do this? Because a lot of the time in that industry, you get invited to parties and things, everyone's drinking, and he was thinking, do I really want to do this? So what he thought about it, and he decided to go down the route of writing his own music.
Okay.
And so he tested out how he sounds, and he his voice is good, mashallah. So he started writing Islamic songs and then singing them himself. And that's pretty much where his career started as a sort of Nasheed artist.
Did he start with instruments?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he started off with instruments, and because he was in the mainstream already, his Nasheeds sounded extremely mainstream. It was almost as if you're listening to Radio 1 or something when you hear his Nasheed. Interesting. On our Ramadan,
his production's really good, mashallah.
Yeah. On our Ramadan radio stations, I used to play a lot of him, and I remember one guy phoned in, and he said, "It sounds like I'm listening to Radio 1. This song, it's just like a normal song." And he was saying it like, you need to put more Islamic content on. But me being involved with that radio station, I was like, oh yes, we sound like Radio 1. But yeah, so he started off with proper mainstream sounding songs. They sounded great, and all the lyrics.
Did they have Islamic, like, were they quite deep Islamically, or were they
exactly?
Just...
Yeah, no, they were deep. A song called "He Sees Me." The lyrics there is, for me it's easy because I know he sees me, and we know that there's hadiths about praying to Allah as if you see him, he sees you, etc. Stuff like that. These are the things I would start picking up on and thinking, are people making the connection? And that's kind of how the website came about. He had a song called "Not in My Name" as well, which was about basically how obviously the terrorism that's done in the name of Islam, it doesn't apply to Muslims.
That sounds like a great song.
It was a deep song. It starts off really slow and then it just picks up and up and up. It's actually my wife's favorite song. Really good song. He had a song called Deen Over Dunya. That's a lighter one where he just sings Deen Over Dunya, and it just gets the message in your head, like put the Deen first before the dunya, before the world.
Yeah.
Loads and loads of songs with deep meaning, but they were sounding good at the same time. That's the
Sure.
key. Now,
Amazing.
more recently, he has actually switched to vocals only, which is interesting because Outlandish, like Waqas from Outlandish, he was collaborating with him and stuff, and doing some
Who's
tracks.
what cast from Outlands? I'm very
Outlandish were okay, so they're a group who formed maybe 20 years ago now, a long, long time ago, maybe 15, 20 years ago. They were interesting because there was three of them: a guy called Waqas, a guy called Lenny, who was Christian, and Isam B, who's Muslim, Arab. So you had a Pakistani guy, a Christian guy, and then you had an Arabic guy, and they would sing, and they're all from Denmark, by the way, and they would sing songs. Their songs,
are the Nasheed
interestingly,
Nasheed artists, these guys.
this is where it gets interesting because the songs they sang, some of them were really good. You would almost call them faith-inspired music.
Okay.
Aisha is the name of one of the song about a
Okay.
girl called Aisha who prays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, you could tune into back then. You had MTV. I don't know if you know of MTV.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually older than maybe I look, but yeah, yeah, I remember
Yeah,
18 MTV.
not gonna
Yeah.
disclose your age. No, that one
Yeah, I'm
hidden.
21.
21. Okay, fine.
I,
So,
I'll,
so I,
I'll I'll pretend to be 21.
oh,
I'll
right,
tell you
okay.
off camera. I'll
So
tell
you
you
can
off
tell me off
camera.
camera. I
Yeah.
was just trying to work out the generation.
Fine.
For the younger generation who might
Yeah.
not, because I think MTV just has shows on these days. Back in the old days, MTV was the all music, and it was the main music channel for
Yeah, yeah.
mainstream music,
And it was
not
cool, right? It was super
and it
cool.
was cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So Outlandish's songs, you could tune into MTV and see their song playing.
Okay.
You could then tune into B for You, which was like a British Asian kind of thing, and see their song playing. And then you could put on Islam channel and their songs playing on there as well.
Really? Oh my God.
I think they're the only artist that has crossed all three. The song in particular was Welu. It's called Welu. Again, it's not an Islamic song, but it's also not a bad song. It's just a faith-based song.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
Mashallah.
it could go across all these channels, which I thought was really interesting. So
Mashallah.
Safe Adam has they split up now. Outlandish, they do their own thing. Safe Adam has worked with Waqas from Outlandish several times, doing like he's more of a rapper, Waqas,
Okay.
and stuff. So for him to go from that to vocals only, I think was quite a big change and quite a sudden change. I just saw it on
So
Instagram one day.
did the Outlandish have instruments or no instruments?
Yeah,
They
Outlandish
did
are
have that.
fully
Okay.
instruments. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. For him to go from all of that to then vocal only, I think just one day he posted it on Instagram that he's switching to vocal only, and it wasn't that long ago. It took me by surprise, and since then he's released some really good songs. One of them that I like is Holy, for example.
Oh, holy, please show me compassion. You hold all the options. I have chosen to believe. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Allahu Allah.
One Day is another one as well. I think that's got clips from like Masjid al-Aqsa in there, and it's about being free one day.
Around all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Whoa, one day, one day, one day.
Some really good songs that he's released since switching to vocal only, and I think he's just going to get bigger and bigger in this new sort of area of
What
vocal
was he?
songs.
I saw some posts. It might have actually been in your website. Actually, I think yeah, it's already on your website. But what was it that made him switch? Like what? Because I think in your post, I can't remember. He said something. I'm gonna have both instruments and vocals only. But then he decided, no, I'm gonna get rid of instruments. So, is there anything particular that made him make the move? I guess.
Ooh, what did make him switch? I don't know the answer, but I think there were a few things he mentioned because he did post a video on Instagram where he talked about this switch, and I think you're right. I might have put it on my website, but I'm starting to forget what it was. I think one of the things was just the amount of whenever he creates a song, the comment section is full of like, can you make a vocals only version of this song? He
Yeah, this
got a
sounds
lot
right.
of that,
That
and
sounds right. Yeah.
from that, he's sort of and as we've mentioned before, people saying music is around and all this, I think it has an impact on people, and I think from that he switched. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think definitely a guest for your show. That
Subhanallah.
would be.
Inshallah.
I would tune into that show for sure.
I've spoken to him, right? So we'll see. We'll see if that will happen, inshallah. So safe. Yeah. Respond. Come on the show, inshallah. So yeah. So he's kind of like had quite a bit of evolution from where
Yeah,
he's gone from to
it
where
was
he is.
interesting when we use that word in Islamic context.
Islamic
He
evolution.
Yeah, it's not only Nasheeds that he does. He works on like the backing songs for documentaries. You know, the one day, I think it was one day in the Haram and one night in Al-Aqsa?
No, I didn't know that. Yeah.
The documentaries
Yeah.
that by
Yeah, I
Abrar
don't know them.
Hussain.
Okay,
Okay, so
so
there's a documentary out called I think it's One Day in the Haram. One Day in the Haram, which is just about the Hajj and the Kaaba and how they make the fabric and all sorts. And then there was another one released by the same guy, Abrar Hussain, called One Night in Al-Aqsa, which is they follow the journey of people who go there for the night of power and how it is there in Al-Aqsa. And Saif Adam did the backing music to that that
wow,
documentary.
mashallah.
And now he's obviously got Abrar Hussain has got a new documentary out, which is about the Islamic media industry, which I haven't seen yet. I think they're touring it as we
Oh, I
record
think I
this.
saw a trailer on some of the Nasheed artists'
Yeah, it features
website.
a load of Nasheed artists,
And
as
has it
well
got
as
it's got
other.
Yasser Qadi and some other
Yeah, it's got
sheikhs. Omar
Omar
Suleiman.
Suleiman in there as
Mashallah.
well. Looks really
Mashallah.
good.
Yeah, it does look really good. Mashallah.
I've written a piece on it. It's not a review because I haven't seen it yet,
Yeah.
but I've written a piece on what it's all going to be about, and I'm looking forward to seeing it so I can write a review. So one thing interesting about Saif Adam is he can come up with songs really just like that. He was doing Instagram Live and I was watching it, and he said to people, "Give me random items, and I will sing songs about those items." So people just said random things, and he was just coming up with these songs really, really well. And I think I mentioned that somebody said chocolate, and I mentioned I've just quit chocolate. And he did a bit of a song. He did Big Up Fez Ahmed, he just quit chocolate. And I was like, wow, how
Mashallah.
did he just come up with that in a few seconds?
Mashallah. Mashallah.
So I always wonder how Nasheed artists get their lyrics. And I think for some people, they can just do it just like that.
Mashallah.
Because if I were to write a Nasheed, I would be sat for years trying to think of one to sound good. So I just review them instead.
Is there anything personally you want to say about Saif Adam? I know he's your favorite artist.
He's my favorite artist. I've been to see him live a couple times. Once was when he performed alongside Outlandish. It was one of Outlandish's last ever tour. That was back when he was doing the instrument stuff. Another time was he performed as part of Emerald Network. That was more acoustic, just him and an audience kind of thing. That was really nice. He sang some of our favorite songs. We were at the front row. We got a picture with him. That was great as well. And I've also I worked with somebody who interviewed Saif Adam, and I was just the cameraman behind it, but I had a good opportunity to film him and kind of meet him behind the scenes. And he's a really good guy, really down to earth. I mean that's what's important, not to let the fame run away and the reasons for doing Nasheeds becoming something else. And I think Saif Adams kept it really together, and good guy, really good guy.
Yeah. I met Saif Adam, and he was super humble and very softly spoken, mashallah. And he gave me a big smile, listened to my song, and big smile. So yeah, I'll forever
You
be
put that
grateful.
video up on this
Yeah,
channel, haven't you, of
yeah,
him
but he's not
listening?
really, you can't really see much of him. Unfortunately, the
So you also
cameraman
had
didn't.
Saeed there, didn't you,
Yeah,
listening at the
Saeed,
same time?
Saeed,
Yeah.
yeah, Hassan Tahmid. You got Omar Issa in the room as
I
well.
really like, because your first podcast was about showing your nasheed to these artists, and I thought, okay, and you painted the picture in our heads, and then the video comes up, and like, oh, he's got a video of this, and then you could
Subhanallah.
see how it matches
Yeah,
what you described. Yeah, really like that.
yeah. No, it's a good point actually. I could have probably edited the video to have a little clip of it. So, it's one of those things you don't realize when you do
No,
these
I
things.
liked hearing the story first and then seeing it a bit
Oh,
later on.
great. Great,
That
great to hear.
that worked really well.
Great to hear, great to hear. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's good to hear like that. I can't believe they also, I think the fact they give you their time, right, is a special thing. So
And I was born to praise ya. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
So there you have it. Really interesting analysis of Saif Adam's career. I have to say thank you again to my special guests, Faisal Ahmed. And I guess all I can say for now is I'll see you for another episode. Assalamu alaikum.